In a metropolis that thrived on perpetual motion, an icy dawn in downtown Chicago set the stage for an extraordinary encounter. Amid the urban clamor, a ragged wanderer slumped on the worn pavement, clutching a battered sign that pleaded, "Hungry and homeless, anything helps, God bless." Yet, if one observed with care, there was an inexplicable magnetism in his eyes, a quiet defiance that belied his dismal garb. The morning air was brisk and alive with the ceaseless honks of impatient horns and hurried footsteps weaving through the concrete maze. In this vibrant chaos, the man's tattered attire and unruly hair, partly veiled by a sagging cap and a wild beard, made him seem like a mere shadow in the city's relentless rush. Passers-by hurried on, some sneering while others deliberately averted their gaze. Occasionally, a compassionate soul would deposit a coin or even a crisp bill into his dented tin, as if to offer a fleeting salve to his solitude. Abruptly, a crisply dressed man, Mark, the manager of an upscale eatery, barked, "Clear off the sidewalk! Your disheveled presence is scaring my customers away." The beggar's clear blue eyes met his glare with a serene resolve as he murmured, "I'm just trying to get by." With a dismissive roll of his eyes, Mark retorted, "Then find another place to scrape by. This is private property, stick around, and I'll have the cops on you." The man offered no rebuttal, lowering his head in silent acquiescence. Not far off, a small boy named Timmy tugged at his mother Sarah's sleeve. "Mom, can we give him something? He looks so hungry," he whispered. Sarah hesitated, though her heart brimmed with kindness. She recalled warnings that charity might only feed darker habits. Yet, as she gazed upon his soulful eyes, something in him defied those cautionary tales. With a gentle sigh, she produced a $5 bill from her purse. Timmy, his face lighting up with delight, scampered forward and placed the note into the man's calloused hand, chirping, "Here you go, friend." The stranger's surprised eyes softened as he warmly replied, "Thank you, you have a truly kind heart." Throughout the day, the mysterious figure remained in his chosen nook, silently absorbing the stories of those who rushed past, each burdened by their own silent struggles. But another story was unfolding nearby, a discordant note in the urban symphony. Mark, the imperious manager, seemed to revel in demeaning those he considered beneath him. He barked orders at his staff, sneered at delivery drivers, and even berated an elderly gentleman for a minor misstep. As the beggar's steady gaze followed every tirade, a subtle spark kindled within him, a plan, perhaps, waiting for its moment. The following day, the wanderer reclaimed his spot outside the restaurant. Spotting him instantly, Mark stormed out, exclaiming, "I warned you to scram," before the man could utter a word. A curious crowd began to gather, some drawn by the commotion, others silently captivated by the beggar's calm grace amid the chaos. A gentle voice from the throng, belonging to a woman named Linda, softly questioned, "Why must you be so cruel to him?" Mark snapped back, "He's nothing but a nuisance, and his presence ruins my business atmosphere." Then, in a moment that stole everyone's breath, the beggar slowly rose. Towering unexpectedly over Mark, his figure commanded the space, and the crowd gasped in unison. With deliberate calm, he removed his faded cap, unveiling a familiar face beneath the scruffy beard and layers of dirt. Whispers rippled through the assembly, "Wait, could it be the illustrious champion?" Phones emerged, and flashes lit up the scene as Mark's bravado evaporated into stark disbelief. With a gentle, knowing smile, the famed champion, celebrated in both the ring and on the silver screen, declared, "Yes, it's me. I orchestrated this charade to see how compassion truly flourishes when fortune falters." A hush fell briefly before cheers swelled again. Raising his hand, he continued, "This isn't a tale of my renown, it's a tribute to kindness. Look at young Timmy there, his generosity glows, even when others hesitate. And consider someone like you, Mark, would your tone have changed if my identity had remained hidden?" A murmur of agreement swept through the crowd. In the days that followed, the astonishing reveal ignited a wildfire online. Clips of the transformation spread like sparks in dry tinder, and soon, discussions about Mark's harsh behavior dominated every social platform. Reviews for the restaurant poured in, not condemning the cuisine, but lamenting the manager's cruelty toward the vulnerable. News reached the ears of the establishment's owner, a kindly elder known as Mr. Walters, who, incensed by the injustice, appeared the very next morning. With a stern countenance, he declared, "You have besmirched everything we stand for. You're fired." Mark's protests fell flat, and he departed, his pride in tatters. Still cloaked in his unassuming guise until that very moment, the champion watched from a respectful distance. He then approached Mr. Walters, extended his hand, and said, thank you for upholding what is right." Mr. Walters returned the gesture with a gentle smile, adding, "Thank you for reminding us of our true values." For the remainder of the day, the once hidden hero dedicated himself to serving food and essentials to those in need, joined by Sarah, Timmy, and many others with open hearts. His message rang clear through every act: kindness costs nothing, yet its power can change everything. Meanwhile, Mark was left to reckon with the hard lesson of respect and humility, even as the renowned champion slipped back into the glow of his celebrated life, his undercover act etching an enduring legacy in the hearts of the community.